So I saw this video on YouTube the other day and it really struck me. I looked at this young man and I thought of my 19-year-old son. I've got my nephews living with me, 16 and age 12. And to see this guy sitting in his car seemingly giving up on life, I have to admit I got a little bit worried for him. For those of you guys that have watched my channel for a while, you know I lost my sister to suicide. I've lost many friends to suicide. And I get worried seeing somebody this desperate with it looks like no one to speak to. So I haven't done a reaction or response video for a long time, but I thought that I could maybe do one because I don't know if this guy's even open to hearing from me. But my goal is to watch this video and hopefully if this young man sees it to know that he is being heard, that he's being thought of. So without further ado, let's get into it.
I don't know, I just want to come out here and I want to talk, say something, do something before I feel like I'm going to lose my mind. I guess I'm trying to get away from all this shit. You can't. It's impossible. You have to be around people. Yet people suck. People don't care about you. If you're a little weird or you're a little awkward, people hate you. They don't want to be around you. And they don't care about any of your issues or how you feel whatsoever. That's the truth. I'm just tired of like feeling this way, you know? Like I'm stuck, I'm trapped, I'm bored.
You know, in many ways, he's 100% right. I remember being a bit weird. I was a smart kid in school, but I was a book nerd. I was a complete dork. And I remember feeling like this at times. I thought about killing myself as a kid. I had this idea I would drink a lot of bleach. But I remember just thinking, I have got to be the weirdest person. I was that kind of kid that wanted to look smart, so I would read all of these obscure magazines and books. But deep down, I just wanted friends. I wanted to run with the cool crowd. I wanted to be like my friends, or at least who I thought were my friends, that seemed to be great athletes, but at the end of the day, you know, just didn't treat me very well and made me feel even more isolated.
I'm just tired of like feeling this way, you know? Like I'm stuck, I'm trapped, I'm bored. Everything about life has to do with other people and I don't want to be around other people anymore because all it is disappointment every time. It's like they want you to be a certain way, but I can't be that way.
I think it was Jean-Paul Sartre that said that hell is other people. And I can see that because if you look at most of the problems, it seems like they're created by other people. So I can definitely, this guy, I can see his frustration. All right, gents, so really quick, today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp. Gents, if you need a therapist, check out BetterHelp where they can connect you with a licensed therapist who's trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. The reality, gents, is that finding the right therapist can be hard. Maybe you don't have anyone in your area you connect with, or maybe the idea of a face-to-face interaction makes you uncomfortable. Guys, with BetterHelp, you can have your therapy session via phone call, a video chat, or even via messaging. Whichever way you choose, it's all about you being comfortable. They've also got 30,000 therapists in their network, giving you access to a wide range of expertise. Now, gents, the way it works when you get started is you fill out a questionnaire. This helps them assess your needs and then match you with the correct therapist. And by the way, in most cases, this takes less than 48 hours. After that, you schedule a therapy time that's convenient for you. And if you don't feel comfortable with that therapist, guess what? You can switch at no cost. Gents, over 4 million people have used BetterHelp, including myself. Use the link in the description of today's video to go over to betterhelp.com/realmenrealstyle so that you save 10% off your first month. Check out BetterHelp. Awesome company. I've used their services. Check them out. If you are feeling depressed, if you don't know who to turn to, if you're feeling trapped, if you need help, check out BetterHelp.
You know, I try so hard to try and be normal, to be kind to others, to try and just fit in and create like relationships, but it's like impossible. I don't know, people just, if they don't like you, they don't like you. And it is what it is, you know?
I mean, so far this guy's spitting a lot of truth. I think a lot of you guys can relate to you do everything right and you still fail.
That's life. Life is bull. If you were born a certain way, like there's nothing you can do about it. And like that'll always be a negative on you. It's easier for other people and it'll be harder for you.
I have to admit, as an optimist, as somebody that I feel like I'm living the American dream, I want to grab him and say, no, that's not the case. You can change where you're at in life. But I know how it can feel when you've been putting in the effort and you're seeing no results.
I feel like most of life is decided from the moment you're born, depending on what location you're in, what kind of people are around you in the neighborhood you grew up in, what kind of family you have. All of that is decided from the moment you're born and will impact everything else in your life.
And I 100% agree. Even though I do believe people have a lot of control when it comes to their destiny, I do know that where you're born, who your parents are, your health conditions, those are things you can't control, especially when you're a kid and you don't even know how to change this stuff.
If you had a up family life, it's too late. Like that already has a big effect on you and you're going to use the rest of your life to try and counteract all that bull that happened to you.
Now I hear him about having a screwed up family life, but the fact he's saying you can't overcome it, again, this is where I'm like, I almost feel that this is society pushing this whole thing about trauma, and that our future is determined by the trauma that we suffered earlier on in life. If this is you, if you believe that your life is determined by your trauma, I encourage you to read the book, The Courage to be Disliked. The book is based off the philosophies of psychologist Alfred Adler, and the big thing is you just have to accept yourself as who you are, accept other people as who they are. And he makes a very controversial claim that trauma doesn't exist. Whether you agree or disagree, I think the book is still well worth your time.
Like, it's really all about luck in that way. But life is bullshit. That's what it is. And no matter how hard I cry or complain about it, it's not going to change, right? This is just reality.
100% agree with that. No matter how much you complain or cry, life is not going to change for you.
And whether it's making stupid videos, and I know no one's going to watch this, no one's going to give a care about this, I'm still just going to put this up and hope someone can relate.
Yeah, no one's going to watch this. Over 100,000 views, almost 5,000 comments. And what I love seeing is, I started looking through some of these comments. I mean, people are really, really supportive. People do care. And I know a lot of you guys are in a dark space, or you've been there. I love the fact that people are jumping into the comments and really leaving some uplifting, notes for them.
I don't really love anyone in this world. I'm like really alone. Like I'm really lonely.
I'd have to say that right there is really, really sad that he doesn't have anybody that loves him. I don't know what his parent situation is, if you've got brothers or sisters or a girlfriend, but the fact that he's not even admitting he loves himself is really tough.
I'm such a loner. Like, it's just my whole life. That's all I'm used to, is being by myself. And I want to connect to someone. To me, like, the thought of being close to someone almost seems like a faraway dream. I don't really know how to connect with anyone in a real way. Shit bites at me, I didn't do anything to deserve to be like this, but I'm just like that, I guess. I guess it's a combination of things. Like, I'm tired of being alone, but I'm also just tired of, like, life in the world itself.
I think that's the most dangerous thing he's saying, is that he's tired of life. If you find yourself in that position, especially if you feel trapped, that's when you can do something really stupid. So I really hope that he gets some help.
I'm just in my room and I keep thinking all the time, and I wish that there was more to this life.
There is more to life. It will get better.
I wish it was better, but, like, that's reality. And I hate reality right now. All I find myself doing is wishing that things were different, that things were better. But, like, this is just the cold reality right now, and I don't like it at all. I've put myself out there to try and talk to people, but it doesn't work. Like I'm just meant to be like this.
So I think a lot of us have gone through that. You try to improve yourself and you don't see any progress. I know that what helps me is I measure the inputs, not necessarily the output, meaning that, I can't control how much stronger I get at the gym, but I can control that I show up to the gym, that I actually do the bench press exercises, I do my squats. I can't control how much stronger I'm getting, but I can control that I actually do the work. I don't know, for me, I find measuring that does a lot better.
Like, when you watch a TV show, play a video game or something like that, like, it's like a great adventure. There's a plot to it. There's a character goes through a problem, they change, and the problem is fixed, and that's not real life. Real life, there's a problem, you try your best to fix it, and you don't know if the problem's going to solve it. It probably won't. You probably just get the bad ending. Your whole life is just a bad ending.
Yeah, he's really in a dark place because he keeps looking at I feel that life for me is like a video game. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I played, I would lose all the time. Occasionally I would win. And I don't know, but those wins are so much sweeter when you do after you've put in the work. And I don't know, there's got to be something good going on in this guy's life.
I wish I could have lived a normal life, I think. I don't know. Everything's always been so weird. Life feels so strange. I wish I could have just been normal. Lived a normal life.
So any of you guys in your 30s, 40s, 50s listening to a guy, it looks like, he can't be over the age of 21. And when he's talking about this, I'm just like, dude, your life is just beginning. Oh, man, you want to just grab him, just give him a hug.
From the time I was a small child, I had behavioral issues. I had family issues. Everything was just strange.
Dude, every normal kid has issues. I'm like, my favorite nephew gets in trouble all the time. My brother got kicked out of school and was a horrible student. Like, school is not for kids. And this society, there were so many things that you don't fit in. That's great. You're special. You're unique.
It's tiring, man. It's really tiring. And most people don't get it. I'll finish off with this message, is that life is absolute bullshit, but you should have to accept that and try and do whatever good you can do before you die, because we're all gonna die someday anyways. We're all gonna die. Don't worry, it's gonna come. If you want to die, don't kill yourself. Just wait, because you're gonna die.
Good. I am so happy he said, like, he's kind of taken this in a different direction at the end, and he does make a valid point. Death is coming for all of us. And he said, don't kill yourself.
Just try and get what good you can out of it, especially while you're young. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and share this so that anyone else that's struggling, I hope that I can try and reach you and tell you that, like, hey man, we just gotta try. That's what I want to do.
Good.
I think I'm gonna make a lot of videos and stuff talking about things like this.
I hope you do.
That's all I'll say for now in front of the camera. But anyways, that's all. Thanks, guys.
Now, I went over to his channel and I saw that he actually had put out another video reacting to that video as well, response to it. And he was very happy to see that other people had gone through. He still thinks that life is but it looked like he was in a better mood and that was a really low point. And I kind of like what he did about throwing that video out there. I didn't actually know that he would take that twist at the end, and I'm happy that he did. But this is actually a common thing, not recording the videos, but actually when you're like really upset, to record that and then to kind of throw it out there. Abraham Lincoln did this after. So if you're familiar with the Battle of Gettysburg, Meade versus Lee, and from an outsider view, he thought that Meade could have ended the war right there. If he had just pursued Lee, he could have captured him. I mean, the war could have been over. Debatable whether or not, but he was so upset and so frustrated with this general and his caution and his not like taking, and I know this as someone that employs people, you're sometimes so frustrated with what people do. But do you unload on them? No, what Lincoln did is he wrote a letter chastising Meade, like all this stuff. And long letter, and then he put it away in his desk and never sent it. And apparently this was a tactic. And I've known a number of people that have done things similar. They find that writing this stuff out, venting, is enough for them not to take action that honestly is probably ill-advised. So I'm very happy to see that his video had a happy ending and he's still with us and everything. But gents, yeah, a lot of us have been in that place. If you've got something to add, if you've got a comment, guys, I want to hear from you down below. And if you're curious as to what video to watch next, well, boom, you guys know I've got you covered right here. Check it out. Solid video. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. Take care. See you in the next video.